In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Let's delve into an extraordinary tale from the Quran, Surah An-Naml. It tells us, "And Solomon inherited David. He said, O people, we have been taught the language of birds, and we have been given from all things. Indeed, this is evident bounty." A tale of wisdom and understanding of Prophet Solomon and his unique gift. So are you ready? Let's set sail on a journey to the time of Prophet Solomon, blessed with wisdom and understanding beyond measure. Prophet Solomon's kingdom was like no other, filled with men, jinn, and birds. His wisdom was unparalleled, a gift from the divine that allowed him to understand the languages of all creatures, from the chattering of ants to the songs of birds. Prophet Solomon had the power to command the wind, a mighty force of nature, bending it to his will and using it for travel and communication. Among his many subjects, there was a bird, the hoopoe. This bird played a crucial role in Solomon's story. The hoopoe informed Solomon about a distant land ruled by the Queen of Sheba, a land where people worship the sun instead of the one true God. This revelation presented a challenge to Solomon's wisdom, a test from the Almighty to guide these people back to the right path. This was indeed a test of wisdom for Solomon, a test he would face with patience and intelligence. Upon hearing the news, Solomon didn't react hastily. He sought to guide the queen and her people to the path of Allah. In his wisdom, Solomon penned a letter to the Queen of Sheba. With great humility and respect, he invited her to abandon the worship of the sun and submit to the will of Allah, the one true God. The queen, intrigued by this message, sought the counsel of her advisors. She recognized the wisdom and strength in Solomon's words, yet was hesitant to relinquish her throne. After much deliberation, she made the decision to send gifts to Solomon, a common practice of the time to establish peace and show respect. The convoy of gifts was grand, filled with treasures that would tempt even the strongest of hearts. But Solomon was not an ordinary ruler. He was a prophet, guided by Allah's wisdom. His heart was not swayed by the glitter of gold or the allure of power. The queen's attempt to pacify Solomon with wealth was met with a firm yet kind response. He expressed that what Allah had given him was far superior to any worldly treasure. His ultimate goal was not to amass wealth, but to guide the queen and her people to the path of righteousness. But Solomon, in his wisdom, was not swayed by wealth or power. His goal was far more noble. When the queen arrived at Solomon's palace, she was taken aback by the grandeur and prosperity. Imagine the scene: the Queen of Sheba, a monarch in her own right, stepping into the court of Prophet Solomon. She was awestruck, not merely by the material wealth, but by the wisdom, peace, and harmony that filled the air. The palace was a testament to Solomon's divine wisdom and his profound understanding of the world around him. One of the most striking features of the palace was a magnificent glass floor, so clear and polished it looked like a shimmering pool of water. The queen, unaccustomed to such marvels, lifted her dress, preparing to wade through what she perceived as a pool. But to her amazement, her feet touched solid, cool glass. This simple yet profound incident was a turning point for the queen. She realized that Solomon's wisdom and power were not ordinary, but a divine gift. She recognized that his wisdom was not from the learning of this world, but from a higher, divine source. It was a wisdom that saw beyond the surface, that understood the true nature of things. Overwhelmed by this realization, the Queen of Sheba submitted herself not only to Solomon, but more importantly, to Allah, the source of all wisdom. She acknowledged the oneness of Allah, saying, "I have wronged myself, and I submit with Solomon to Allah, the Lord of all worlds." Solomon's reaction was one of humility and grace. He did not gloat over her submission. Instead, he acknowledged her wisdom in recognizing the truth. He praised Allah, who guides whom he wills to the straight path. Through wisdom and patience, Solomon guided a whole nation towards the true path. This story teaches us the importance of wisdom, patience, and steadfastness in our faith. So let's remember, just like Solomon, to use our wisdom for the benefit of others, to remain patient in all circumstances, and to hold steadfast to our faith, no matter what surprises life may bring.